This story happens in November 2019, which is almost 4 years ago. I just finished school. I'm very happy. I pick up some lunch, I eat quickly, then I prepare my things for my football training, and then I hop in the bus. I'm looking from the bus window outside, and I just feel nice. I just feel happy. I feel at peace. I was with my friends the whole day at school. I was having fun. I was being myself. I was charismatic. And as I go out of the bus and I start walking towards the, let's say, the football academy, to the dressing room, one bad feeling of anxiety and fear starts creeping up. And the peak of this feeling and anxiety is when I open the door of the dressing room and meet my teammates. When I open the door, I turn into a completely different person. I get in my head and I start thinking about every single detail. How am I going to shake their hands? How am I going to look them in the eyes? What am I going to say to each and everybody? What if somebody jokes with me? How am I going to respond? How can I fit in today in this group? How can I sit on the benches without taking so much space, but without at the same time not taking any space? How can I join some conversation? Who should I sit next to so I'm not silent the whole time? All these questions start seeking into my mind, and I am completely socially paralyzed. I I don't know what to do. My charisma from the day, my confidence, my peace, my happiness, they're all gone. And they're replaced by the simple chasing of approval. I wish that I could go back in this dressing room now with more knowledge and more experience and do things differently. Because I realize with situations like this, which are many and very frequently occurring in our lives, that we do many things only because we chase the approval of others. My question to you guys and the purpose of today's video is, how would you live your life differently if you weren't chasing approval? How would you carry yourself on the streets when you are walking? How would you speak to your friends, to even strangers, to girls, to boys, to elderly people, to older people than you, to more experienced, to teachers, to authority figures in your life? How would you behave in certain situations? How would you navigate your life? What risks would you take if you weren't chasing for approval? The moments when we chase approval, when we seek approval, when we want to be liked, to be respected, to be perceived a certain way, these are the moments that are paralyzing us. And the quicker you realize that you're doing this, the quicker you can let them go. Because approval is like a drug, you can never get enough of it. Some people even believe that when they become famous, this is either consciously or subconsciously, that when they become famous, they are going to get enough approval so they finally start being themselves, love themselves, and be charismatic and free. But this is a big illusion, because the more followers you have, it makes no difference, which means that the way is not on the outside, but rather on the inside. The problem is not the approval, that other people don't give you approval. The problem is that you don't approve of yourself. You cannot imagine how different your life would be if you just didn't care about the approval of other people. And the quickest way for this to happen to you is to approve of yourself first and foremost. It sounds easier said than done, but the first step of any change is being aware of it. When you're aware of something, you can begin at least the steps to change it. But think about next time, especially in social situations, because they're the most triggering for us. Think about it. Are you acting in a way that you're seeking approval? Are you posting stories to seek approval? A lot of people say, yeah, I don't care, bro. I don't care about my followers. I just post whatever I want. Why would you post in the first place then? Why do you have a certain haircut, a certain dressing style, a certain social media page, a certain hobbies, certain professions? Why do you take on these ventures? Yes, in the best way it could be because that's how you authentically want. But sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves and realize that a lot of our actions are based on the approval seeking. And this is the worst thing, because guys, approval cannot be, I don't know, grasped, cannot be taken. It slips from your fingers. This is something that you cannot maintain. This is a losing game, never-ending story. Approval is the killer of charisma, of authenticity. And the first step starts with awareness. This is the point of today's video. This type of stuff and also many other things I teach in my coaching. You can find it in the first link in the description, and I'm very happy if I see you over there. This was for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tigers.